Blackbird, and we're here with Chagua Music. Well, we came up with the name Blackbird because it was actually our manager's idea. We're huge fans of the Beatles, and one day he called me up and he's like, "Hey, how about Blackbird?" And I was like, "For the name?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." And then that was that. Well, I would say what inspired, our songs and our music would be a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Probably like
our personal lives, a lot of our lyrics definitely come from our personal experiences.
The sound, I would say, like we were listening to Lana Del Rey, we were listening to a bunch of different things, and
kind of a big mix.
You know what? I haven't listened to the full album yet, so I can't say anything about Lana Del Rey's full album yet, but I'm sure it's good.
I've heard her single, and I'm pretty the West Coast.
Oh yeah, I like West Coast.
I'm from the West Coast, so I'm all about it.
I'm from the East Coast, but it's okay.
Summertime Sadness is probably one of my favorite Lana Del Rey songs. It's actually the first one that I heard, and I think it's got a really cool feel to it. It kind of breaks down right in the pre-chorus.
Yeah, I have to say I love Summertime Sadness, but I really like Off to the Races from her, this album before. So. Well, my biggest influence, mine growing up, was I always listened to Whitney Houston, I listened to Mariah Carey, stuff like that, but I was always listening to the Beatles too. It's just a mix of things. Now, I still listen to them, and they've definitely brought those aspects into my life because I always sang kind of like R&B. Now we're doing like a pop alternative kind of thing, and it's just mixed together into this really cool sound.
I grew up listening to Blink-182 and Nirvana. Of course, I don't necessarily sound like them, even though I really, really wish I had a grungy male Kurt Cobain voice. But it just doesn't happen. But they're definitely probably my biggest influences. I do draw from them. And Regina Spektor for songwriting.
Yeah.
I definitely draw from her a lot. I think she's incredible.
To
go on tour.
Yes.
All year long.
Go on tour all year long.
All over the world.
All over the world, and to go to be like nominated. Well, no, I don't know. We would still be having to get there, but a resolution would just be to get out there, get as many people to hear us as possible, have those fans, and be on a nice big bus.
Influence people. We want people to hear our music and relate to it and really feel something from it. Growing up, I would listen to all my favorite bands, and every single time, like I felt something, and it's really cool to be in a position where I get to do that for my fans. Write music that they get so stoked to hear, that they jump up and down in the crowd.
Same way I feel about Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
And the same way you feel about Blink-182. Well, before we had some fans line up at our merch table, and they were just complimenting our voices, our sound, everything, and how much fun we were having on stage. It's great to hear that, it just feels good. It feels good to know that you are affecting people, and it's working. What we're doing, what we've worked for, is happening.
We've been working on this for months, and this is the first time that we've actually got to get out and show people what we can do, and it's really cool to have people that have never heard us before come up to us and say, "You guys were incredible, like your voices are amazing. I didn't even know who you were, but you drew me from across the way." I was like, "This is awesome."
I was just sitting there smiling like,
I know, I was like, "Thanks."
Oh, thank you.
You're so sweet.
That's so nice.
My personal favorite artists, I liked them before 2014, but they're really coming out this year, the Naked and Famous, and I'm really excited for them because I saw them 2 years ago back in Portland at a small venue, and they were incredible, and now they're opening up for Imagine Dragons and touring all over the world, so I'm
favorite artists of 2014, just because of the song Chandelier. I'll have to say Sia.
Oh yeah.
I love the song and I love the whole thing. The video, it's great.
Oh, you know who else? Magic, the Rude song.
The
Why you gotta be so rude? Yeah.
Yes.
Magic. They got some
Don't you know I'm
stuff.
so
Yeah. Yes.
Well, yes, we are actually going to be having our EP coming out in probably the end of the summer, and it's going to have a bunch of great songs. We're still in the studio currently, so when we're not on tour, we're back in the studio, and we're having that ready for everybody. Definitely by the end of the summer.
We're super excited. Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to get in the studio and finish our EP as soon as possible, but we also need to get out there.
We need to get out there and show people what we're doing. So, you know what? It's kind of easy to balance it out in a way, just because I think we both figure it's better than being home and doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know, being on
Or
tour,
better than
doing this,
working.
better than doing something else.
Better than
working.
serving tables.
Yeah. So being out on tour,